Hello everyone, I am Mont and welcome to episode 3 of the blackplasma SMP. Now last episode I was actually a little unsure on exactly what I wanted to do this episode. The end of last episode we did a lot of the layouts for exactly what I wanted to build. I started using a lot of wool to essentially get the basic idea of where I wanted paths to be, different kind of industry buildings using different kind of color coding. I did the layout of the kind of mega base mountain over there. Nothing's really connected, nothing's detailed at all. And I also did the base structure of this portal. So my current plan for this episode is, at first I'm going to start by finishing this portal. There's a few things I want to do, especially with this stone and kind of gradienting a few extra blocks into the stone. I want a few extra vegetation pieces like leaves and other things to help decorate it a little more, but I want to get this portal 100% done this episode. Off camera I've been figuring out a lot of the kind of gradients that I want, especially for the paths off camera, which I can show in a moment, but essentially this episode I want to get a lot of the paths down and actually built. But the main task, I want to get all of the immediate area done this episode, so that's going to include again the portal. I want to get probably this bridge done and maybe a little bit past that, but the main task is doing the paths, figuring out these farms, the bridge there's another bridge there, doing all the water here, figuring out exactly what I want to do here as well. I'm thinking of having maybe a bit of a dam there and then this leading into like a sewer, or I could even have this overflow into one area, but I'm not sure on that. Doing the kind of paths up to the markets, and even figuring out the actual blocks that I want to start building with. But more so, the other task, I'm not sure if I will get to this episode, it may just be decoration, but I'm also considering finishing the telecommunication / villager kind of base here. This should look a lot better by the time it's actually finished, and again, yeah, I am heavily considering finishing this episode, since it would make sense if I'm going to do all the immediate area that I would finish that as well. So this episode is pretty heavily focused on decoration and building, I suppose. I'll probably also play around a little more with the kind of pool and portal area here. There are a few extra things I want to do, like I want to have kind of like a few extra kind of like smaller boulders and kind of just decorating different areas. But yeah, this episode is very focused on decoration and building. But I'll kind of see where this episode takes me. Again, I was pretty unsure what I wanted to start off with last episode. The following episode, I may end up getting back to the port over there. I mentioned that I still need to terraform out the river, because there's no kind of like natural river there, so I'm going to make it all custom and stuff. But that may be the task for next episode. If not, then potentially finishing this building here, if I don't finish it this episode. But I'm going to try. But we'll see how things go, so I don't want to make this intro too long. Well, I guess roll intro. I haven't actually done a lot off camera, but I have a new kind of building world where I can test different things, and essentially these are some of the patterns that I want to go for with the paths. A lot of it is primarily going to be with the dirt paths, but then I want to incorporate kind of like coarse dirt, things like brown concrete powder, even kind of green concrete powder to transition and gradient the grass as well, and also including the moss, of course. But there will be kind of different decorations lining it as well. The light sources will be either beneath leaves or even kind of like moss carpet. You can place moss carpet over glowstone, and that's kind of how I'm going to naturally light things without having torch spam. I also designed very quickly a few kind of like lamp and kind of lighting stands. But I've got different kind of forms. Some of these are going to be more unused. I don't think I'm going to be using this dirt path so much directly. This is more tests. This one especially, without the kind of brown wool. This one's going to kind of be a little bit smaller, more compact. This is going to be more like the kind of highway, but there'll be different kind of versions. I may use this kind of straight up dirt one at times, but we'll see. Yeah, so from this point on, if I have a time lapse, I guess I'll show it, but otherwise let's start getting into actually doing stuff now. So a few cleanup bits I want to do first, but I'm actually going to start incorporating different blocks that I want. But let's get on with the episode. Let's go. I'm so sorry, Green. I really need to take something different. Yeah, he's in the sewer. What are you doing? Don't go in my sewers. Okay, time to go, Steve.
Let's role play as Steve and Alex.
I'll be Alex, the non-existent character in Dragon Egg.
I'll be Steve, the
annoying guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be at the house.
Yo, this village is the old one. No!
I'm going to spoon your giant building.
No, I didn't. Oh, Fade, why did you have to remove the block?
I didn't remove anything.
You
though.
did. There was granite there, and then you moved it, so then I just made another one. Oh wait. There we go. Get that.
I'll leave.
But we're still friends for now.
For now, dang. I've got something much worse happening possibly in the future then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play a game of hide and seek.
Oh my. Oh, it's more like jump attack. All I just saw was a flash, like an explosion, and then I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening? She's like, is my world exploding like it did in Terrasoup Force on it?
Gotta redo the reaction, that's what
Quick
I
run
used
out
to
of
do
my
back in
house
the
and
day.
then, oh, time to re-record my reaction. I saw that for 2 seconds. Oh wow, look at this green hat that Spill got me. Thank you, Spill. There we go.
What? Thalius died? I never expected that! No, I think those reactions would
Yeah. Now I'm truly Grian. Oh, this is fabulous. I'm a train conductor now, Fade. Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. No, I just didn't respond the fact. I didn't even press tab and I thought you looked different out of the corner of my FOV. So
Hey man,
you land in the water.
I can actually see you from down here. Gonna start
Oh, I
placing
can.
my
Yeah, I can
platform
see your
down.
shadow.
It's fine. Well, I need more space up here, obviously. So I'm just
Your
placing a bunch
platform
of-
is falling.
Well, it's okay. It'll be out. It'll be back up here.
Oh
eventually.
no, you're doing that. That's gonna take forever. This is more painful
It's
to watch
okay.
than annoying.
I've got hundreds of backpacks.
Oh,
man.
you're doing it that way. Oh, I see now.
Wait, what? I see you underneath the sand.
I'm not doing anything. I've got the pods all here. See?
Actually, is there water down there? I kind of want, because I've almost fell down twice. What do you want?
Goodbye, sand.
Oh, wait, what do you? I just realized, where's my platform? No!
It's all gone. You know that doesn't stop anything, right?
I guess. But as a Mont 27P, I never give up. That's why I chose this skin. Mate, I'm coming up to save you!
That looks
What?
hilarious from down here.
No! I'm on top. It's fine. Oh no. I'm falling.
Oh. Well. Sorry, I didn't have all I can see is like a tiny wood shack with a mast in the center. Too bad you're making me come over.
Don't! No! Look away! No! Mont, stay away! Stay away!
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna...
Don't touch my
I'm...
baby!
Oh no, no, no!
Ever since I talked about my death rate, it's increased by 2. Lag is so
Oh,
bad,
right.
I'm trying to like get in the vlogs, but by the time I get in it, it's just like you... Yes! I'm in a spot, yes!
Not even there though. It's gonna be water. Look at all that beautiful oxidized copper. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, just look up into the sunset. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm done with this.
Look at our view of those villagers being tortured by that zombie! Ugly
It's a
monument.
sacrificial altar that I'm gonna sacrifice you on.
I felt like I was. What the? What?
Too far.
You missed.
Too far.
You still missed. I'm not even moving. This point, you're not even trying.
I gave up after the first couple. Now I'm just, oh, yo, I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah,
raining. That's
yeah.
how you're doing it. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not. Ah, how? I was away.
Absolute
Oh, crap.
skill.
Yep.
No.
See, told you. I told you. Now where's my money?
Okay, time lapse is now done. It's been a few days now. There's a lot of different things I did in that time lapse, so I'll make sure to try and cover them all, particularly before it becomes daytime. Quick. So one of the things that I did close to the end is I've actually replaced all the podzol and removed one of the forests. I'm going to be moving back a little further back there eventually, and I'm going to be making probably a more custom forest here. But essentially, I brought in the water. I've been busy lighting up a lot of places with kind of glowstone and the carpet. So a lot of this is now temporarily lit up, so I've been able to remove a lot of the kind of old wool, still a few pieces of wool left remaining. And the main task was decorating essentially the surrounding area. So one thing that I've done, I've decorated the banks, I decorated the kind of rivers, just all of the rivers in fact. There's a few kind of little coral bunches here. I'm going to have a kind of conduit here. I honestly keep forgetting how you say the word. Bushes around everywhere. I've made use a lot of the 1.17 features, particularly the kind of bushes, kind of moss blocks, and again kind of sticking very similar with the kind of dirty, kind of ragged pictures out around like kind of stone, and kind of like keeping the nice kind of gradients along around different objects, like as if there's been a lot of kind of feet or just movement in this area. But then one of the other big things that I did was this kind of little donation point. Essentially, if people want to come to this area and they ever want to donate something, particularly copper, then they can come to this little monument area and essentially drop the items in this hopper in the center, and then later I can go and get those items. So I just walk down here and there's my items. So if people ever want to donate something, then I guess feel free, particularly for copper. That way I don't have to be on the server and around to collect it. So that's a little idea that I came up with, did that in the time lapse. And I think this area actually also just fills this in a little more. Originally I was going to have just kind of crops and stuff, but I think having a kind of more centerpiece that sticks out a little more, and then the vegetation, and eventually a few crops down the bottom, I think that makes for a little more of an appealing aesthetic. So there are a lot of other little tasks I did. A lot of it was just getting the vegetation kind of going along. I ended up using mostly azalea leaves because I found out actually not that long ago that azalea leaves don't change color whether or not you're in a different biome. It also blends in a little more with the kind of grass and moss, which I actually think looks pretty nice. A little less vibrant compared to, say, the portal over there, which has different leaf colors, but I think this looks pretty nice, particularly when you bring in the kind of flower variants. But a lot of it was just this kind of moss and kind of bush decoration. I even started getting in some of the lush trees. I planted some of the little bushes. I am going to be actually changing a lot of these trees at a later date. I want to add a little more detail to them and do something a little more custom. But for the moment, we've got some basic trees here, and this is kind of going to start the tree line of what's going to be the kind of like main woodworks over there. I may actually keep the first kind of section that you can see on the map actually, since it's kind of split into two lumber sections. I may actually keep a lot of it to these kind of lush trees, or maybe transitioning it into like oak. During that time lapse you could probably see Fade out doing a bit of fooling around. And on a smaller note, I also got to building and designing the bridges. So a lot of little things that I got around to doing, a lot of bigger things. There's still a few things on this side I think that I need to do. Also there's a few kind of like little lamp posts and stuff that I want to add. However, I think I'm gonna be adding those potentially next episode, or I may throw them in. But yeah, so essentially the entire starting area is now finished. The village center is what I'm going to be tackling next episode, so hopefully expect to see some pretty decent changes coming to that. The portal is 100% done, the paths have been figured out, 90% of the paths are done, there's still a few I need to do. The immediate area has all been done, the water has now been brought in, a lot of the terraforming has been done for it, it's even been all decorated, got the little monument for a donation point, and we've also got the kind of edge both along the banks and kind of defining the outer edge for where the lumber kind of places are going to start. That and also the bridges. We got a bigger bridge over here, of course. We got this bridge over here that we can use to pass by the portal. And we got the bigger one which goes over there, which actually splits in a few parts at the end. I guess on another smaller note, I created a little bit of a dam here. Not the greatest looking dam, but has a little bit of redstone function as well. If you come down here as well, this is going to lead into what is essentially going to be the sewers eventually. Or at least something. Maybe it'll go down into like a giant kind of cavern, but I'll plan that out at a later date. That is essentially everything that I want to do this episode. So I'm gonna wrap things up now. Unless I have anything else to say, I shall outro this instead of idling all the time. So I'll see you next episode. So until then, I shall see you next time. Bye!